welcome to The Duck. This is our first show. The show will cover rhetoric, philosophies, and understandings of multiple lives. Today I would like to read a passage from The Binky Stories. This is a critically acclaimed novel about Jar Jar Binks and Boss Nass. Now, this is a little sexual, but we will get right into it, little duckies. Oh, sorry, didn't see you there. I'll start reading now. Binky stares at the clock, shivering in class, needing to relieve himself. His teacher, Mr. Nass-man, seductively licks a red popsicle. Letting it run down the sides of his mouth, Boss Nass stops to put a Binky mask on it, devouring it, fucking destroying it. Binky leaves the class, frantically to escape the bog nightmare, running into an 8'8" built frogman who is also elusive. His badge says hall monitor, but his eyes say, "Oh, Binky." The sash is covered in bog water. Boss Nass grabs Binks and lets out the call, alerting other Boss Nasses to the location of the delicious Lizard Man. Abruptly, the sound of 100 horses or 3 Nass-men come barreling towards the hallway. Boss Nass is chucking as he takes off his pants. Hearing a thud like a brick hitting the floor, Boss Nass gets a table, bends Binky over. He lushly strokes his ears, kissing them. Then grabs them and shoves his hand in his ass like a puppet, wiggling around to get a feel for his amphibious sex doll. He lets out a large yell of approval while the other Nasses approach with Binky on their minds. They frantically grab him, taking him by the head and waterboarding them with their cum. Screaming is Binky, but the pleasure's too great. He feels his tongue get pulled into a Nass's hand, taunting him with it. Binky starts to feel his tongue scrape against the moldy ass hairs of Boss Nass. The other Boss Nasses watch in amazement as Binky is about to learn what happens when he doesn't have a hall pass. Binky is pleading, crying not to do it to him, but the frogman don't even care. He shoves his floating tongue deep inside his hole, all plotting and letting out "oh!" The fresh, soggy ass hairs start to infest Binky's mouth and make him gag violently. For precaution, the Nasses take out a desk and tie Binks to it with seaweed as they take turns absolutely destroying his insides. They stick all 4 cocks in him, splitting him nearly in half. They fist him repeatedly until his kidneys give out and blood oozes from his rectum. Crying out in pain, the Nasses decided to chain link surprise. They grab Binks and force him onto a pole. They then force him down, his mouth splitting out semen and blood. Then the Nasses make Binky blow them all at once. The repeated tearing of the corners of his mouth caused them to do it faster, detaching his uvula and forcing it down his throat. The Nasses hear the bell ring. They run like lizards, running on the ground, missing his tongue and partially disembodied. He sees the foot of a frogman stand above him. Through his blood-soaked vision, the voice states, "I'll see you in detention tomorrow, Binky," then heads down the hallway. Now you might be wondering, what is this? Ladies and gentlemen, I am no perfect being. I will inform you, though, that this is a calling of higher level of understanding and knowledge. We will be exploiting the possible avenues of learning through these stories. You will learn that it takes a sense of appreciation, determination, and desperation. A frogman can do anything he wants. And we'll be discussing this more on our next video. Thank you. This is The Duck.